Let's consider this question. We have a two-set problem here. In a class, the number of students studying French or history is 40. Since it's a two-set problem and then the statement has been made this way, those studying French or history, we are saying that gives us the universal set. So we represent it mathematically whilst we go on. So we know our universal set is given as 40. 20 students study both both subjects. So let's see, French intersection history, this gives us 20. Now they are saying the number of students who study French only is 10 more than the number that study history only. So meaning the number that study French only is built upon those who study history only. Since we don't know those who study history only, we represent that as history intersection French complement, and that gives us X. We don't know history only. But what we know about French only is when we take French intersection history complement, this is 10 more than that, okay? So we have 10 more than those who study history only as French, okay? Now they are saying two students study none of the subjects. So let's look at something here. The number that study French union history or complement, that means those who don't fall within that two sets, we have two of them. All right, let's present this on in a Venn diagram and then move on. We have our Venn diagram here. Then we move on. The number of the universal set gives us 40. We don't know the number that study French as a whole. We don't know the number that study history as a whole. All right. But what we know is the intersection for French and history is 20. Those who do not study any of them is 2. And those who study French only is 10 plus X. And that we study history only is also X over here, right? So let's see. If we add everything in the Venn diagram, we are supposed to get 40 as our answer. So let's represent that. We have 10 plus X plus 20 plus X plus 2. That is everything in the Venn diagram. This gives us 40 as our score or as our main answer. So this gives us 32 plus 2X equals 40. Subtracting 32 from both sides of the equation, we can say 2X gives us 40 minus 32. 2X becomes 40 minus 32, which is 8. We divide both sides by the coefficient of X. We have X to be equal to 8 divided by 2, and this gives us 4. Meaning wherever we see X, we can now represent it with 4. So over here, we have 4 as our value. This side is 10 plus X, which is 4 plus X, 4 plus 10, which is also 14 over there. Now the question reads, find the number who study history. That is, we are considering everything inside the bracket or the circle for history. Everything inside the bracket or the circle for history has to do with this whole thing here, which is 20 and then X, which is now 4. So 20 plus 4 gives us 24. And so the answer for this question is B. Thank you so much for watching.